Hey, it's Bruce Hill. New skills, new you. Driving revenue and improving retention through personal and professional development. If you grow your people, you grow your business. So come along with me as we work on my next book, my fourth book, my first solo project, where we do just that, right? How do we increase revenue? How do we improve retention without expensive software with year-long implementations, right? Integrating AI in our process without fill in the blank of what you've tried. Okay, I have a very simple place to start. All those things might be step two, but step one is going to be asking better questions. So we're going to dive into the framework from the Asking Better Questions book. Of course, I got to say it. Pre-orders are available by the time you watch this. If it's 2025, hard copies are available. We're going to dive into the framework, how it applies to your life and business, and give you kind of a snapshot of what we're covering in the book. So the book title is here. Let me go ahead and put some quotation marks on this. Better questions, and I'm still debating on this, equals better clients. So even though these are life skills, as personal development as much as professional development, we are focusing on growing your business. Okay, it's not the most important thing, it's not the only thing, it's just what we are focusing on. And this book covers something called the 4P sales strategy framework. So the last video we talked about people. This video we're going to talk about the promise. Okay, so let's go over here. Many traditional sales training. I can spell, but I can't type. You might hear this. I'll say, talk about the problem, talk about the pain. What else do they call it? Fill in the blank, right? Fill in the blank. And what I've discovered is this is part of the identity of the person you're working with. So let's use an example. Let's say you're a fitness instructor, right? And you focus on high school students. Well, you don't really just want all high school students. You want high school students that are underperforming in their sport. So that can be a problem. And pain is, hey, we want to win a championship and we didn't. We missed it last year. That's a good place to start, but too many get stuck there. So what I've discovered is, I didn't invent this, I've just discovered it, is we want to focus on the promise, okay? So here's some questions that are going to help you focus on the promise, okay? Where are you going, okay? What does success look like? We can call them goals, vision, mission, whatever their future outcome is. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. Let me do this here. What is the desired future outcome? Question mark. Right. So notice something really important about this. We talked about this in earlier videos, but I reiterate it here. These are open-ended questions. They start with who, what, where, when, why, or how. Right. And they're all focused on the future. Now, this is important. The future is why they want to work with you. Okay. Their present right? So this is so important. We need to serve people where they are, and our man helps them to get to where they want to go. And this, I believe, is the reason that people will pay for the service. They said even if they know how to get there, they either, let's see here, they either don't know how, they don't have the resources, or they don't have the time. Those are three reasons: knowledge, resources, and time. So if they don't know how, they were going to want you to teach them, guide them, or do it for them. If they don't have the resources, a good example is hiring a graphic designer. Now, respectfully, there's no course or let me say this: there's no certification for a graphic designer. Right? However, the cost, the resources in learning the skills, software, tools, right? What type of computer, tablet, you know, whatever you need to be a great graphic designer, those are resources. So you could buy all those. And you don't have to have a license to buy it. However, I want someone that already has those resources and I can leverage their investment. And that overlaps with time. The time it will take me to learn it and to do it well could be saved by hiring you. So it's one or a combination of those three. So when people work with you, they pay you because of where they are, or they work with you because of where they want to go. And I believe that you'll have more success in your conversations if you talk about where working with you will get them. So let's put it this way. How does working with you get me to my destination faster and or easier? That's what I need to know. Oops. That's what I need to answer. And if you can answer this proactively, your copy, your email, your messaging, your conversations are going to be much more impactful because people aren't going to reach out to you because they have a headache. Like, oh man, I have this great headache. Let me tell you about it. They're going to talk to you. They're going to buy Advil because they don't want a headache, right? That's the future outcome. That's the desired transformation. It's a subtle shift, but I ran into this when I was working with clients that were already doing things well. They were already, if they were a solopreneur, they'd already gone full time. They'd replaced their 9 to 5 income. If it was a business, they were already doing multiple 6-figure months. So I can't approach it the same way. I have to figure out which one of these I can help them with. And going backwards just a step, if they feel stuck where they are or unsure of how to get to where they're going, that's part of my language I do here in describing the people I'm looking for. I'm looking for people that are here. That's in their identity, their present identity. But my conversation will be focused on their future identity. A subtle shift, but I think that if you can make that clear to your client, you're going to hear yes more often. And what's going to happen is you're going to end up with better clients. You're going to end up with clients that are happy to pay you. They're excited to work with you. They tell other people about their experience. So the distance between where they are and where they're going, I call that the sales distance. So the farther apart they are, what in the world? Or I should say, the farther the distance, the more they will pay. And I will admit, let me not disregard all of the teachings. The more urgent, the faster they will pay you. And this is where the pain comes in. Like, let me not just dismiss there needs to be a reason for them to move. If they say, hey, listen, we have to hit these goals or we're going to close our doors. We have to hit these goals or we're not going to be able to make payroll. We have to hit these goals or ... That's an urgency. Sometimes that's going to be tied to what they traditionally call the problem or the pain, right? But remember, they're not hiring you because they want to stay in that position. They're hiring you because they want to get to their future outcome, the promise. I like alliteration, so I use the word promise, right? They want to close this distance. That's where you come in. That's how we're leveraging better questions to get better clients, because we're going to ask questions about here, and then we're going to ask them, hey, why haven't you done that already? Right? Why are you in your current position not your future. And they'll tell you, right? The farther this is, the farther apart this is, the more you'll pay. The more urgent, the faster you'll pay. That's pretty simple. A lot of this, I just want to make it so clear that you take action. I want to make it so easy for you to use. There's nothing stopping you from reaching another level of success. So asking these questions isn't a performative exercise. Should not be a performative exercise. When you ask these questions, reflect on the answer. In fact, a great exercise is to write down the answers. Oftentimes we think in emotions. Writing them down, pen to paper, forces you to articulate those emotions. And this practice brings you clarity. That's how we take better questions and get better clients as a result. There's some work that has to be done, but asking better questions makes sure we are doing the right work at the right time in the right order. So this book should serve as a guide, as a template in your decision-making process. In the beginning of the video, I said, hey, listen, you don't need expensive software to implement AI, to hire an expensive consultant, even though those are all great things. The goal is to make sure you ask the right questions, not the surface level questions, not generalized questions, but asking better questions so you make better decisions so you get better results. That's where we grow revenue. That's where we improve retention. That's where we build better businesses. All right. It's that simple. Simple is not always easy. So if you need some help, reach out. I'll put a link to pre-order the book and it has some access to some digital resources. You can put this into action today. I always appreciate the support. I'm glad that you shared part of your day with me to review this video. But it's not going to help your business until you put it into action. Right? That's my challenge to you. Take something you heard today. If you have a question, leave it in the comments. But take something you learned today and apply it to your business and watch the results. Cheers to your success.